Good morning. My name is Wendy Gaylor, and I'm the President and CEO of the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. We are coming to you today to present information that will be up to date and informative about the COVID virus and how your business can best navigate through the challenging days ahead. We have created a series of 8 webinars called Connect 40, where you can join the call and find out about the latest financial assistance available, along with HR information and leadership strategies that will bring you to the next level, which is out of emergency mode and into the recovery phase for your business. We have been putting together a team of panel of experts that will lead you every Friday at 9:45. And these leaders will be your team. Your team will help you to build your business back and lead you into the recovery phase and out of the emergency mode. As your Chamber of Commerce, our main mission is to serve the interest of our members by providing programs and services which will improve the economic vitality of our community. We will continue to give your business the tools and resources that you will need to keep going and to implement strategies that will inevitably help your business succeed during this COVID-19 virus.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to give everyone a quick update about how things are going here. As you can imagine, things change fast and furiously here on the healthcare side. So just wanted to give that quick update. First thing is a graphic that we started sharing out with the public. Basically just trying to give everyone a quick flow chart, because the first question and the most common question is, how do I get tested? Where can I go to get testing? So trying to make sure people are thinking through, if you're feeling sick or not feeling sick, then what do you do? And understanding that the testing is done on a basis of what symptoms you have, and then also if you've been in any high exposure areas. And of course, those areas are the several states that we've seen in the US and of course internationally. So that's New York, New Jersey, California, Washington State, and Illinois. And then we've set up our coronavirus care line for people to call in, so that limits the amount of people that are presenting in the emergency department. And trying to funnel people through getting screened via phone in order to reduce some of the in-person traffic. So some changes as far as specifically to Bedford Memorial Hospital, and these are a lot of changes that have happened through the Centra system as well. Our entry points have changed. As you may have noticed if you've driven by, there's orange cones in front of the historic main entrance of the hospital. Our only entry points right now are through our emergency room or our main entrance. Both of those areas are staffed in person with folks that will screen anyone that comes in. And then our entry points that are completely closed are, in addition to the historic main entrance, is our administration lot entrance and the entrance at Oakwood Health and Rehab, because they are completely closed to visitors. As far as procedures, we have canceled all elective surgeries, and then also canceled screening mammograms, and we're limiting visits to the primary care office to just folks that are have acute and urgent needs, and that goes for surgeries as well. If someone has an acute or urgent need, of course they will still be cared for, but nothing elective or routine visits. And then in order to still continue to care for patients, we are trying to utilize our technology of using our Centra 24/7 virtual visit phone line so that folks can still talk with their physicians. And then we're using other telehealth methods in other areas of the hospital, such as when a patient needs to register, where our patient registration team is using a phone registration process rather than in person. When it comes to the entry points, I just wanted to point out some people might have driven by and seen tents or weird buildings or things. So This is the STIP tent, STIP building that we have in place right now. It was a tent up until a couple of days ago, and now it's an actual structure. And this is set up so that anyone that comes to the ER and has coronavirus possible symptoms, they can be separated from the other patient population that's in the ER and be screened further and tested in the building. And then
Right.
as far as I know people see and hear things on Facebook, see and hear things on the news. We do have 2 positive cases in Bedford County, and as of this morning, is updated to 2 in Lynchburg, 1 in Franklin County, 1 in Roanoke County. And then as far as the personal protection equipment, yes, that is still a concern. We are getting supplies trickling in slowly from the government stockpile. We are also getting donations, which we are extremely thankful for. We've had construction companies donate N95 masks, and my friends over at the formerly Bedford Science and Technology Center donated some of their medical supplies. So we appreciate those donations, and we are receiving some of those in. As far as when it comes to the cloth masks, we are hearing a lot about the cloth masks, people wanting to make those. There is even a Facebook group now, Bedford COVID-19 masks, which is amazing that people are rallying together to do that. We do have a collection site. There's a photo in the bottom right-hand corner. We just have a simple red tote where if someone wants to make a cloth mask, they can just drop it off at the hospital. We will accept those, and then we pull them together and get them laundered, and they're individually bagged, and then they will be distributed back out to all the different facilities within Centra. And the intended use for those masks, because I know there's a lot of different information out there, the intended use for those masks is for our patients and visitors, thereby freeing up the medical grade masks for our staff. Our infection prevention team has looked closely at all the different variations and uses of the cloth mask, but at this time it's too high of an infection risk for our healthcare workers to use them. So we are saving the medical ones for our workers and using the donated cloth ones for patients and visitors. There also has been some news about retired healthcare workers, and yes, anyone that is a retired healthcare worker that would like to come back to work is welcome to speak to our HR department. We would certainly enjoy talking with them. We are continuing to prepare in the event that we will have more positive cases and have more cases of just folks that are generally sick. So we do have plans to expand our bed capacity to our second floor nurses unit should we need to do so. And then lastly, just some resources. I know this information is out there everywhere, but it's always good to reiterate. We do have a page on our website dedicated to the coronavirus, as well as we're always directing folks to CDC, World Health, and the Virginia Department of Health for up-to-date information.
Mary Zirkle, Town of Bedford Economic Development. Thank you all for being here and taking your time. Of course, we don't want to inundate you with information. We want to provide timely and relevant updates as we get them too. So just wanted to give you some overview of financial resources that you may be able to take advantage of. They're multi-layered, so we've got federal things that are still changing. We have some local options, and then I also just kind of did a real quick search for what local businesses or local banks are offering for grants and loans, so I'll wrap up with that. But first, this is the one you've probably been hearing most about, is the Small Business Administration loan, the disaster loans. So this one is been released here because of our declaration of disaster. So the one thing I wanted to point out about this is you see the 2 arrows there. Small businesses can apply for a maximum business loan for the economic disruption of up to $2 million. And that's the economic injury one. And the right arrow is showing the $25,000 for actually that's going to physical damage disbursement, but it does apply to the economic injury. So the big thing you want to pay attention to this is to track your losses, because what they're going to be looking for is your same quarter last year. So you can actually show a loss of how this has affected you last year to this year, so that you can effectively evaluate what your loss has been. So I understand some people have had some trouble logging into this website, and there are peak hours that they tell you to avoid. So it seems that people can get on after 7 p.m. But this morning I was actually able to get on. I had trouble yesterday. So I downloaded all the forms that are referenced. If anybody needs those, my email is going to be the last slide here, so I can email those over to you at any point in time. So if you're going to have trouble with getting those forms, just let me know. So you can do it by mail and you can do it online after you set up your account there. Scott, you want to go to the next one? See what
Yes.
Thank you. So
Absolutely.
this is more details about this, and I don't want to inundate you, like I said, with information. My hope is if you're on your laptop, you can do a print screen, capture this, and maybe paste it into Word. And some of these links aren't going to work for you that way, but you'll be able to type them in. So the big thing here is you're going to have those forms I mentioned to fill out. You're going to need copies of all of your recently filed federal income tax stuff. So go ahead and start getting everything you can together so that you can mobilize when you're able to do this, and we can find out what your need is going to be for that. So personal financial statements, your schedule of liabilities, and then that email at the bottom, not the email, there is an email, but there's also the link to the website there for the ELA. So that's where I downloaded these forms. So I can go ahead and, like I said, email those or put them up to the Chamber's website or mine. So you can go ahead and download them from there if you need to. So that's how the Small Business Administration is working at a federal level for the emergency. So here is the ever-changing landscape of the federal stimulus package. So we know that the Senate passed it, and I haven't checked into the news today to see what's happening at 9 a.m. for the House action on it. So hopefully this is what we're going to see finalized. The big thing I think for you are going to be the delay of payroll taxes, and this is what Rachel's going to get to. And then at the bottom, the portion of the funds are targeted for small businesses. So stay tuned to this. I also have a good summary sheet of this from the finance office there out of the House or the Senate. And as of this morning, Secretary Treasury Mnuchin said that they do hope to get these funds out and lending through local banks next week. So I encourage you to go ahead and make connections with your banker, your bank, whoever you may have in that, so that you can be prepared to take advantage when those do roll through. So this is going to be interesting to see how the feds are going to release this money to the local banks, but go ahead and position yourself to be able to take advantage of that. So again, stay tuned. That was yesterday. You can see when I got a snapshot of what that package may do. And so now we're going to look at some of the local options that we have here. For the town, we have a revolving loan fund that's funded through our USDA grant we have. So this is available for businesses in the town of Bedford with 20 or fewer employees. For every full-time position, which is defined as 30 hours a week, you can get $5,000. If you have 2 part-time positions that add up to 30 hours, those count for a $5,000 loan. So we have $76,000 to loan. The details are out on our betterinbedford.com website. The 5 for Fine Loan tab is out there. I can also send you that link. So big thing is go ahead and again, start thinking about this so that you can get together everything you need, because these are reviewed through our Economic Development Authority, and we do have a deadline for at least getting them to them. So go ahead and get your materials together if you're interested. And then that's fine, Scott, you can go on. Thank you. So this is one of the things I mentioned for local lending. Truist put in $2 million for a fund through, this is the natural, I think it's the natural capital. I have to look out here what it's called here, but it's NCI fund. Check that link at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that, partially blocking there, but the grant link is through the ncifund.org, and there's a link to what Truist has. And there's also a loan option out there. For those looking for grants, this may be the place to start. So, Truist was BB&T and SunTrust. So I recommend you check that one out in case you're eligible, because Virginia is an eligible state for this too. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I also want to let you know that we've started a Buy Bedford, Virginia Facebook page here. One of our local businesses reached out this week, and so they're running with that. So do what you can there in supporting all your local businesses. Also, the governor is going to have a conference today at 2 p.m. He didn't have one yesterday, so we'll see if any of the word changes from him now. And I also just want to give a shout out to our local businesses who have had to close for 30 days. I know we've got a lot of salons. I see one's on the call today. Just want you all to know we're thinking about you, and hang in there. You can do this. So thank you all.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for inviting me to you. My email contact is on this slide, so if you need it, you can also find me on LinkedIn at Rachel M. Tobin. And go ahead and do the next slide. And they're going to be sending out the slides. They're making them available so you can read about my background. So we'll go to the next slide.
Very good.
And I currently work for CSE, and I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not speaking for CSE. So just to get that out of the way, that is on each of the slides. Go ahead to the next slide.
There we go.
So for those of you with HR staff, and you might be doing HR yourself, what we do is take care of our people. So we need to do that more than ever through this. I'm currently working from home for my company, but I'm on the phone, the computer, the email, every minute of the day, keeping in touch with everyone, even though I'm here in my home office alone. And make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and that way you can take care of your family and your employees and your company. And don't let your company catch the coronavirus. We want to make sure we're taking care of business. If you could go back to that slide for a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The graphic is actually a posting from SHRM. So again, to just remember to be kind to each other. We're all in this together, and be mindful of what everyone is going through. And go ahead and change slides.
Go ahead.
The next slide is making sure, even then when we're working remotely, that you're going to take care of your employees. And this image is from Engage to Excel. And if you go to the next slide, you can see the information a little clearer. And we just want to remember that you continue to recognize your employees, even if they're working remotely. So be a cheerleader, stay connected, make sure they have the tools and resources they need to stay connected. Remember to celebrate and be sure and communicate with them. The next slide is an image from the Get Smart Learning website. And remember, when you're working remotely, you now have to lead remotely, so leading virtually. So go ahead and go to the next slide. Just to summarize each of those categories, and you'll be able to read the detail later, is to keep your teams motivated, pick up the phone, text them, do Zoom meetings so you can see each other. We're all having to collaborate remotely, and the company that I'm with now is using Teams chat as well. So we're on that all day as well. Go to the next slide. Most importantly, please make sure you remember your own and your employees' mental health. Just again, check in with them. This graphic is from NCAA, and you can find more information with them as well. But it's very important to support each other and your employees during this time. Next slide. This is an image from Blessing Manifesting. You can find them online as well. But most importantly, make sure now that all the kids are home, this isn't about businesses, but our employees are our business, and our employees have kids at home. So please make sure to reassure the kids that they're safe. Don't be afraid to talk to them about what's going on. Make sure you yourself have a self-care plan so you can stay healthy and then be able to take care of others. And know your triggers. Don't be afraid to speak up, ask for help if you need it. There are a lot of resources, and it's okay if you're not sure. This isn't a normal time. We're all going through this together. We need to treat ourselves and each other with compassion. Next slide. So with the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, There's a lot of questions going around about it, and there's a lot of information available. It is now at April 1st. It was originally April 2nd. It is effective April 1st through December 31st. It is not retroactive, and it has to do with employers for less than 500 people, employees. So if you have over 500, this does not apply to you. There are provisions for employers with less than 50 employees, so you can look into that. And there's also provisions for employers in the medical industry. There are exemptions for some medical positions, so you need to look into that. The emergency family and medical leave portion is sometimes called expanded family and medical leave. And that is required to have 30 days minimum employment. It is concurrent with the Emergency Paid Sick Leave Act. The first 10 days are not paid. There's a total of 12 weeks available. The emergency paid sick does not have a minimum length of employment. It starts immediately, day one, up to 80 hours paid sick leave. The next slides, if you could go 2 slides, go to the next one. This is the poster that all employers are required to start posting April 1. And it does break down all of the information I just shared more clearly. Go to the next slide. This is the bottom half of that. You can get it off of the Department of Labor website and go to the next slide. And these are resources that have online information about this law, as well as how to handle the taxes and such for the employer credit, the tax credits. And last slide, remember, please take care of your HR staff as well, because we're busy trying to take care of all the employees, but it's easy to forget we need some virtual hugs as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you to our team of panel of experts who are excellent in their field, and they come to offer you all the assistance that they have. So we appreciate each and every one of you, and look forward to even more information every week coming to you every Friday, because as we all know, this information changes daily, and we want to be in the know so that we can thrive. So we'll bring to you updates from Centra weekly. We'll also have an attorney on for business questions coming up. We'll also continue to have financial assistance advice through Mary. We'll also have Tracy Bledo with the Bedford County Economic Development, and then hopefully we are going to get Stephanie. I know she's very busy right now, but SBDC on as well. We do have a technology expert that will be coming on to actually give some tips on how to best use Zoom and some other products that people are wanting to get more information on so that they can change and evolve with their business. We are looking to get some of the sheriff's department on, and we do have confirmation that the sheriff will be on to give us updates on Bedford County and what they're doing to prepare during this time. So we'll continue to be here for your business daily and weekly. So please keep going to our Facebook for updates, our website, and we also send out a weekly newsletter on Fridays. So if you are not on to be getting those sent out to you, please see us, email us, or call us and let us know that you want to be put on to or receiving those emails that we're sending out every Friday. If your business needs a crisis plan or a business continuity plan, recovery plan, we can email you a template that will help you to implement that for your business. So again, please seek us out for that, because we are here to help you and your business. You can email us at bacc@baccva.org and let us know what you need. Again, be sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, and look for those newsletters to come out. We want you to continue to shop local and shop small. And as I mentioned earlier, get takeout, get gift cards, follow your favorite business online, and leave positive reviews, because that helps everyone. We are in this together. And together we will overcome, change, and evolve and become better through this economic crisis in order that we begin to thrive and not just survive. Thank you again for your continued support, for your membership, and we will continue to serve your business daily and make sure that you're getting the help and support that you need. We are here for you. And thank you again for tuning into this call today. We'll look forward to seeing you virtually next Friday.